Brethren, I welcome you once again to this series of Primacies of a Christian Life. Over the past weeks, we have been looking at things that we should count as important as Christians so that our Christian life shall be organized. Ye nyema basa nemu no ye nyema ye no e wo se ehihye fan hihye kwan so na ehunu de wose edi kan ye ene de etoa so a wose ye ene de etoa so na aboa ama ye Kristo som na se Kristo ni ye no ewie peye e wa asase so ene ye hwede ye yi abusua efi hono mu a e wose ehia pa se ye e Kristofo ma ye mompaye ewrade da wase se ne den so wa freye se ye ntie wa asem yesro ma ya adwene e beti wa asem ase ene akoma a ye de begye yetumi de abobra e wo Yesu din. Amen. So today's lesson is one of very importance. Idea ehun hia na ade nso a anigye wom na eye anika ebebre making kai trosem no na making kai niam bia na esi ewo edikanfo no ebra mu a na mamehu se nyame ewo afutuo bi edema onipa o we Kristoni se ondwene ne man ho. So after our families, the country that we live in becomes a primacy. I was say ye man ya timu na yenya ahodie wo mu na eboa ma yenyini se Kristofo na yenya asomdwe esom Nyankopon no o se ye man no so ehu ehia yen pa eye enti na mka kire se ene adesua no ya ade a enika epa eye. Nehemia e kan asem bi in Nehemia chapter 4 verse 14 it reads, "And I looked and rose up and said unto the rebels and to the rules and to the rest of the people, Be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses." Nehemia ekachre Israel for no say edru bre was say yesi eye afesio no, we need to build a wall, but we are facing oppositions. So what do? Let us rise and stand and defend our country from these people who want to stand against us. And in the say nyame ekenya won ma wonya ahoden nya kokodro bi a otumi egina ye na afeyin so no ode ahoden sonko eko edigina ma Israel no ebra na atamfo pese osori etia won. So God has given men in general the ability to wage war, and some men he gave a special ability in this area, like in David ye okofo obi a onya ahoden sonko a na ode edi domo anim na okon ede ye enkunimdifo na enwanwa pa aye eno nti no enyom otro wo mu say, "Blessed be the Lord my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight." So you see, David was given such abilities to fight. So David was a warrior. He had that warrior spirit. So it didn't come from within himself, but it came from God. God built in David that warrior spirit. This is why some men are simply called to be soldiers. Nti yefre edomo a na yefre mema say mmeya asrafo na monko emfama oman no. David was an example. So such men have that warrior spirit, and it is something that God gives to people so that we can stand for the country when it becomes necessary. So if you have a young man or a young woman who has that ability to fight and stand for the country, don't discourage that person. So such people who have such special abilities should be encouraged, because God wants us to look at our country with that eye. Say, "I see a minor and so you may not necessarily have to go to war. Like David and the rest of it. However, you are expected to play your positive role as a patriotic Christian citizen. So we Christoni ewo man ni mu no. Entina wanka say me nyamesom ni ntino oman no nyame. Let your country be very important to you. So oman no edi ya unya asomdwe do som Nyankopon. So oman na ni ya unya asomdwe. Ene ntina wo say oman no ehia wo pa eye. So you may not be a soldier, but you can play another role as a patriotic citizen. So we say bibi nkoye wo oman ni mu a enka wano ntum. Somebody menye politics intimi nka ho asem. You have the right to talk about it. You have the right to speak in support. You have the right to speak against, because that is what God expects us to do as patriotic Christian citizens. There are other people who are not being called to be soldiers. They may still have this warrior spirit. And I say he may not be a soldier, but he may still possess that warrior spirit, which calls them into law enforcement positions. Again, this is something that we should be encouraging when we see this in our young people. Obi abrantie ababawa nani abrese opeso ogina say assemblyman and as assembly member and as assembly woman opeso o serve local authority a mama ye mu ambem so ye Christopher nti ne mum no ye nhye won kran fi say sa warrior spirit na nyame de ama won no e bia sa kwan ne so e na opese wo fa so na ode som won man no. Some people are also called to lead their community. Say dem bi kan no ukuro no no betun afro say wo na wo ye mayor and I say region regional minister, and I say director of education, and I say in any capacity that should promote the growth of the country. Do not reject that position. If you say Yankopon ena mausa to me no say o de ko now they are no esi ekwan paso. Countries need these type of men and women in order to maintain peaceful and orderly societies. Wo betunya boa masundua ba o man ni mu ebra wo nso no obua ama akwankyere bi, and I say nyema bi atnetene so obi de efin egu baabi a nhwe ne din say wo ye Kristo ni nti wo nka ho asem say bia e beka wanim Kristosom e kire wo say o say wo hwe say ehunedie e koso e wo man nim say wo wonya wo man nim anase kro no mu fin no hwe say obi foforo nso no enye saa efin. But listen, not all of us men or even women can have that warrior spirit. There are some of us who demonstrate it in such a mighty and in a calm manner. Not all of us can just stand and fight, do that kiki type of things. But sometimes there are people who can still fight in a very calm way. And in their small way, for instance, if there is a natural disaster strikes a country like earthquake, maybe an epidemic or something. Now who nim dear see a boy dia foforo akokwan bi so na say a boy mankofo bi nya hoden who nim dear no enye ntokwa dear nenso bokọ kwan so botumi aboa ama oman no akoso. So you see, whatever kind of work we are doing now and always, let's ask ourselves if it will benefit the country. Let us do our part as good people of God for our country, because our country is also a primacy. May God bless you.